Hello, good morning, guys. Welcome to this your English class. This week, as you know, today is the first date of the week for us of class because yesterday it was a days off, because of the Constitution Day. But in this case here, we are in order to continue learning as always. I hope that you have a really good long weekend. All right, so today we are going to start with the unit 4. All right, this is something really good because we are going to see some different things that you're going to learn, new things, right? So today we're going to be actually stating about a topic early birds. As you can see, early birds and night owls. You know what is that, right? The birds, and the owls, woo, the ones who say, woo, woo. So, but all of this is about time. All right. So here we're going to be discussing some things that happens to us. That's that's why it's called early birds and night owls because there are some people that they wake up very early in the morning in order to do something in a specific, like to study or to work, right? And also some people used to they have the habit already of going to sleep very late. All right, so those are the ones that are night owls. Okay, so here we have kind of discussion, right? Where tomorrow we're going to be reading this and giving some opinions also about when the mind and the body are at their best. Okay, so there are some informations regarding this where probably we're going to have a short debate about this. Okay, so I want to show you here. I yesterday I attached, which was the unit 4 material. As you can see here, we have the objectives of what are you going to learn, the main teaching inputs. Okay, so take a time and read out, and also the homework. And here, guys, this is something very important. Okay, here we have the information regarding the final project that you have, which is a final exposition that you're going to do. And also you have to give me or to send me a document, all right, with this information that we got over here. So I'm going to tell you what exactly is this about. Okay, so you have to create a company about service or product selling. Okay, if you sell a product, so it is from zero, right? Just take some examples of those companies that already exist. Okay, and here what exactly you have to do is these steps, okay, in order to create it. So it must be written, not with your hand. If you want, do it in digital, right? And because I need that. So an example of what should the company have or the product. Okay, so here, organization chart, your product or the service that you are creating, the history of the company, mission, vision, and values. That is something very important. Manufacturing process. In the manufacturing process goes how, all right, in this case, it is how you do it, how it's done, the product. Suppliers, okay, what is the product for, which in this case goes even more focusing, which population, production, the production, right, that you do, that you have, or that you think that you are going to do per month, for example. All right, and the benefits. So if you want to add any other things even more important, this is just an example of what exactly you can do. Okay, so it's not that you have to do it right like he's over there. All right, so you can add some other things. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so this is the material that I attach. The song of the week, is called Holly by Justin Bieber. And the video, guys, that you have to watch, this is on your homework, okay? This is for this week, this one. So you have to watch the video that is about how, in this case, to learn everything. It's very, very good speech, the one this man is given, right? So you have to write, as always, your personal opinion. I am reading your personal opinions one by one, all right, to make sure and to see how, in this case, your writing skills are improving. Okay, so here you have to complete the workbook unit 4, some exercises that I will be attaching in this case probably by tomorrow, and the vocabulary that we're going to see right now. All right, so there are some videos that I always attach in order for you to help you with your speaking skills, some ideas that you can get, right? So here we have 8 ways to speak English like an American, all right, or with an American. What level is my English? This is like a kind of test, right, that you have to take with a TV series, right? So watch it out because it's very funny. And 2 videos explaining the grammar in this case. Well, it's just a brief information about the grammar of the lesson A and the lesson B. So today we're going to see the reduced time clause, something very, very easy. All right. So let's start with this. So here we have, continuing this part, we're going to take a look to the vocabulary before we start with the grammar. Here is, yes, unit 4. On the lesson A, we have some adverbs that also, no, sorry, some phrasal verbs. Oh my gosh. So phrasal verbs related to energy and sleep. Okay. Maybe you know the synonym of this, so I'm going to explain you right now. The first one is burn out, calm down, chill out, doze off, perk up, raise off, sleep over, and turn in. Okay, so the first one is burnout. Burnout, it is when you are extremely, extremely exhausted, that you are like very, very tired, right? And you say, I can't not continue anymore, right? So that is burnout. You say off when you're taking maybe a difficult test, you say, oof, I'm burned out. Calm down, it's like just relax. They are both synonyms. So calm down is when you are, maybe you can say it to another person or to yourself. If you are maybe mad or angry and you're like, ay, oh, then you say to yourself, no, wait, calm down, relax, right? So chill out, which is like take it easy, okay? Don't pressure yourself. The other one is doze off, okay? There are some of them that are kind of synonyms. So for these ones, I'm gonna have to wait a moment. Okay, so you only have to click here. Remember, doze off meaning. As you know, we don't have the glossary of these passages. You have to look it up like this. So doze off is synonym of to fall asleep. Okay, when you are sleeping, you say, I cannot continue, or maybe you stay. So that is to fall asleep. All right. The next one, which is perk up. All right. Perk up is when you suddenly wake up. It's not that you are sleeping, but you react to a situation, right? If maybe you are doing something and you hear a sound or something weird around you, and you do this like, so you perk up. Also, the animals used to do that, right? For example, the dogs. You know, the dogs, they have the ears like this normally, and when they are maybe in certain situation, they poop, they go like this, like, and they perk up. So that is the meaning, like to react uh, fast to something. The other one is race off. Race off is like go away, a synonym of leave, going away, right? If maybe you are in a place and let's say that it becomes something over there, or let's say that the place is burning on fire, right? So you race off. Sleepover. Sleepover is when you sleep but not in your own home. Okay, so that is the meaning. Like when you sleep outside of your house, maybe in a friend's house, right? Those places like that. And the last one is turning. Turning, I have to look it up here because it has lots of different, in this case, synonyms that, for example, going to bed is turning. Also, when if you do something bad, right, and you need to go to the police station, right? You if it's you that you do it, you have to turn in yourself. So you go and say, hey, it happened this and this. Now, if another person was doing something, right? It was maybe stealing, right? Like we say, um, and you see the person, and you pop, you take and hey, wait, and you turn that person to the police station. All right, so they get in jail. Right. So these are some expressions, the ones that we have here, related to sleep. For example, to be fast asleep. That's an example of myself. Be fast asleep, right? So I go to the bed, and immediately that I am in the bed, I so sleeping right away. Be sound asleep. A person which is sound asleep is those one who snore. They make sounds. Some of them used to talk, other to snore like they right, and other used to say something, right? So that is sound asleep. Be wide awake. What those ones that are wide awake are actually the ones who cannot sleep. They are like this in the on the bed. And they cannot sleep. They are waiting for that part. The other one is drift off, feel drowsy, right? So let me give you the right one because of drift off. Drift off meaning. So you can see the synonym of this part. So drift off, as you know, is an informal. This is informal word, and oh well, they see it here. Look, so is to fall asleep. Also, is a synonym. She drift off while I was still talking. Drift off. So instead of you, if you want to, if you're talking informal in an informal way, and you don't want to say he felt asleep, you can say she drift off. Feel drowsy. The people who feel drowsy, they are like, oh, and they're like kind of sleeping almost, right? Have a sleepless night. Ooh. When you have this is when you are able to sleep a lot of time. There are people who I don't know, they sleep like 12 hours simultaneously like that and without waking up. I could say that that's a skill. All right. The other one is nod off. The nod off is when you want to fall asleep, but you in this case you can't not because maybe you are doing something and you will start doing this. For example, you are like you do this. So those are nod off. That you the when you do this with your head when almost sleeping. Sleep like a log. Ooh, the people who sleep and they don't turn and turn, they actually are quiet. If they go to the bed and sleep like this, they sleep like a, we could say like a dead people like that. The other one is take a power nap. Oof, the power naps. If you are those kind of person who usually after having lunch go to the bed to sleep at least 15 minutes or 20 minutes, so you are considered in this case a person who takes a power nap. That is the meaning. Take a power nap. Is that one who gives you power, energy if you when you sleep for 15 or 20 minutes. And the last one is toss and turn. Toss and turn is when you are not able to sleep, or some people used to sleep and toss and turn at the same time. So it's like that they are like this and go like this, and they cannot stay in one place. They're all the time moving on the bed. So that was the meaning. The other one that is missing is for the lesson B here, the additional vocabulary. If there is still one of these that you don't understand, remember you can go to Google and look out for synonyms. Something really good to help you out to not translate to Spanish what the word says is look for synonyms. All right, the synonyms, so you start making like, okay, I think I understand. Or look the meanings already in English. Here we have the useful expressions that we're going to leave also for the next part of the next video that will be for the lesson B. And great, so here we have the grammar, which is the reduced time clauses. Let's take a look at this. I think here is better. Yep. All right, so what exactly? We have time clauses. The time clauses, we have two different sentences, right? That one of them is the main clause and the other one is the result clause. But here we have a reduced time clauses that this help you to say the same sentence, but in this case with a reduced part, right? So you can do it even easier. Because remember, English, this is what it's all about. All right, make the things easier. In a reduced time clause, like they say, the subject of the clause is omitted. So here we don't have to say again like the pronoun. All right, and the verb is changed to ing, the main verb. So you can say actually in both ways. So a time clause with before, after, or while, those three, before, after, and while, they can be reduced, all right, only if the subject, in this case, in the sentence, other clause is the same, only if it is the same, okay? For example, here we have in the book some sentences. Before I go to sleep, I like to read. So this is the time clause. As you can see, it's not necessary to say two times I, right? So before I go to sleep, I like to read. So instead of saying this, you can say before going to sleep, I like to read. Okay, so here is what they say. They used the ing in the verb, okay, and like they say they have before. I like to read before going to sleep. Okay? So that is another one that you can say. You can change this verb and put it at the end of the sentence. So remember that you can switch it like this. Before the baby goes to sleep, his mother reads to him. Okay? So also, those are some reduced time clauses. Now, there is other parts here, like once, every time, till. Remember, till is the contraction of until. All right? As, the first I, the next I, or the last time, and many others time expressions, like they say, that can be used in those time clauses. So time clauses beginning with these expressions, all of this that I was reading to you, they cannot be reduced. Okay, so you cannot say it like this with a verb in ing. It's impossible. Okay, so for example, if we have here, as soon as I drink that first cup of coffee, I'm ready for the day. Okay, so here what they mean is that you cannot say as soon as drinking that, right? So don't do it. So you have to use the subject and say as soon as I drink that first cup of coffee. Or you can say once I, not once drinking that. Whenever or every time. So it's the same. I stay out late. I always stay at the office until or till I have finished all my work. So this is the long one. Now, reduced time clauses is here, okay, when you can do it with the ing. There is actually a video that I just want to play here for you. Let me see if I can. Let me skip this part. All right, so here is what like they were saying. Okay. All right. So the time clauses in English is introduced by conjunctions like the ones that I was telling you: after, as soon as, until, when, whenever, while, ever since, and so others. Okay. All right. Let me see. Put even bigger. Okay, so those were the time clause. Now, in a reduced time clauses, like the examples I gave you before, here we have, let's look at this. This is in the time clause, right? So I'll come back, I will come back home and I'll do it. Okay, so this is will, okay? As you see, they are using two times. In the reduced time clause, what they used to do is to erase that subject and say, I'll do it when I come back home. So here, in this case, the reduced clause was when. This was the connector that we used for this. With as soon as I, for example, I will push this button and the door will open. So instead of saying this, you can say, as soon as you push this button, the door will open. So you can just add those, in this case, right, phrases. Another one. All right, so look, notice how these clauses show time relationship if the subject of the sentence doesn't change. So this is with the ones that I told you. Clauses with right before, right after, and while, in this case, they can be reduced. An example, I head to the office. So after I finish or after finishing my workout. Okay, so something that you need to notice, guys. In this grammar, with those ones that have before, after, and when, those three is you can use it in ing to reduce the time clause. All right, like after doing my homework, I will go to the gym. All right, so or while take, okay, I'm going to be here while taking this nap or while doing my homework. So those things are with the ing. The other phrases that you saw here in this video at the beginning, like after, as soon as, so those phrases help you to reduce, so you don't have to repeat the subject or some other words to express your idea. So that's what exactly these words help you out. And that is what exactly is this all about, right? If there is any kind of question that you might have, remember guys, I don't see you in this case texting me or something like that. Maybe I'm suggesting that you are understanding what that you understand what I am explaining here. So in the comments of this video, you are going to leave a sentence, okay? For example, one with reduced time with a time clause, and the other as a reduced time clause, okay? So the same sentence in the two different grammar, time clause, reduced time clause, okay? So you can put it up down on the comments, and I am seeing in this case those one and giving you your likes if the sentence is correct. Okay, so let me see. Here we have some exercises that help you with in this part here. Complete the sentences with information about yourself. So look, while working on a really difficult task, okay, I take a power nap, for example. I don't feel awake in the morning until I drink my cup of coffee. So those are some examples, okay? This is with information about yourself. Also, we're going to discuss this in the video of the tomorrow call. Here, if you still have problem with the vocabulary, you can do this exercise. So you can see here, look, some um, in this case, information regarding the vocabulary, okay? Same thing with the listening that you know we have to do it. I attach it also on Google Classroom, so you were able to do it over there. All right, so guys, actually, this was everything for today. One thing I have to tell you is that the final exposition you have, remember, we are almost finishing this level because we are not going to cover the complete book. So the next week we finish the English classes on the 20th. So you have the final exam on Friday 20, and Thursday, in this case Thursday 19, you have, which is in this case your final presentation, okay? You can do the same as always, attach it, for example, post it on YouTube and then attach it on my on the platform. I will give you all the information in the call. So for that reason is that I need everybody to be in those calls, okay? So that was everything for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this class and see you tomorrow.